handmade arts, crafts, and souvenirs. If you're looking for something unique to take back home, La Villita is a great place to go look for something. We also have 4 restaurants up there, including this barbecue restaurant here, Smoke, if you're looking for barbecue. This is our outdoor theater here, built in 1941, called the Arneson River Theater. Has an 800-person capacity. And behind the stage here on my right-hand side, there are 5 bells. Those bells represent each of the 5. Center here in San Antonio. On my right hand side here, this was the San Antonio Public Library from 1930 to 1968. In 68, this became the Hertzberg Circus Museum, and in 2013, this became the Briscoe Western Art Museum. The Briscoe has 3 floors of U.S. Western history inside of it, including a large diorama of the Alamo. You can see just how many men descended upon it to overtake it. And they also have the saddles of Pancho Villa and Teddy Roosevelt. Now this is our lowest bridge coming up. Please promise y'all 3 things. I promise if you remain seated, you will not hit your head. I promise if you stand up, you will definitely hit your head. And I promise it will hurt because this is an all-steel bridge. There's only 10 of these in the United States. 2 of them are here on the Riverwalk. Low. Apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. Can't say that without saying the rest of the song. Also made out of steel on my right-hand side. This is called Massenet's Table. This is an art piece made by a local artist in 1991. This was to commemorate the first mass that was given here on the river back in 1691. Now this table is on Marriage Island. This is an actual island made up of the roots of that cypress tree, and it naturally forms the shape of a heart there. We give about 300 wedding ceremonies here each year, dating all the way back to the Mexican Revolution. Now on the other side of the bridge, folks, we have Divorce Island, much more popular over there. This is the real San Antonio River run. This is the way the river flows naturally, the way the boat is going here. Back in the 1800s, this area right here was called the Old Mill Crossing. This is a very low, hard-packed, slow-flowing area of the San Antonio River. So horses that had stagecoaches or wagons attached to them could cross very easily right here without incident. Teddy Roosevelt and the Rough Riders used to come through here in 1890. Up on the left here to the sky is the Tower Life building. This is 404 feet tall. That flagpole is 100 feet. It's got 8 sides and 31 floors. And if you look to the very top, kind of 2 layers, you'll see some gargoyles hanging off the edges there. Those gargoyles go all the way around the building. And then over here, just above these lower trees, before the rectangle windows start, you'll see some really ugly faces on the wall. Wow. As we get closer to them, you might think they resemble your mother-in-laws. They don't. They wanted to ward off evil spirits and bad business with them. Now this didn't work out too well because it cost them $3 million to build this in 1929. They lost it 1 year later when the stock market crashed, had to sell it for $300,000. Wah, wah, wah. Now everyone, look back behind me as we go past this bridge. Above the bridge at the Tower Life building, it's going to look like a ship coming into the San Antonio River here. Now they say if you look up at that ship and those gargoyles, you can hear that ship storm. Such a 97 took them 5 years to build that courthouse. Not a tourist attraction. You don't want to end up there, folks, on your trip. That will be bad news for you. Now, this is the oldest continuously operated courthouse in all of Texas. We have been in the Horseshoe Bend. This area makes a horseshoe around the main part of the Riverwalk. We're going to go out here to the flood channel. We're going over a floodgate right now. It's at the bottom of the river. Comes up like a drawbridge, closes off this section to the Horseshoe Bend. Now back in 1921, you would not be able to make a right-hand turn here. You could only go to the left. If you go to the left, you will eventually end up in the Gulf of Mexico. But to the right here, sat a building called the Market House. Now there was a major flood here in 1921, cost millions of dollars of damage, and took the lives of 50 people. So the city of San Antonio, they tore down the Market House that was right here, and they made the river go straight. Now they were going to pave over that entire area that we just came from, and we would not have a Riverwalk today if it weren't for the San Antonio Conservation Society. Look to the top behind the concrete railing there is a chain link fence with a bunch of locks on it. There's one of these fences on each side of the bridge. These are love locks, and this is Love Lock Bridge. The idea is you come here with your loved one, you get a lock, you lock it on the fence, you both kiss the key, you throw the key in the river, and you will be together forever. Forever. I recommend a combination lock. Y'all come back in a couple years, pop that puppy right off, throw it in the river just in case it doesn't work out. Can never be too sure.
Good combination.
But I can just get a bobby pin. I can come back and
on my right-hand side here, this is the Alamo National Bank building, built in 1929. Drury purchased it in 2007 and renovated it, turned it into the Drury Plaza Hotel. The vaults of the bank are still down here on this bottom level. That used to be the basement, used to not open to the river here. Now it's the river entrance. Up to the left through the trees is the San Fernando Cathedral. That was founded in 1731 by 16 families from the Canary Islands. If anyone's going to be here tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they do a light show up there. It's free of charge. It's at 9 and 9:30. Spectacular. Really good thing to go see if you're going to be here. They don't have it tonight, though. They don't do it on Sundays or Mondays. Top of the river here comes straight down, kind of like a guillotine. Now they do test this gate every day at 7:02 p.m. Oh my gosh, it's 7:01. We better hurry. It's a 5,000-pound door that comes crashing down. I think we'll make it. Made it. You guys are safe. Lucky. Lucky I'm a good driver. That's all I gotta say.
yeah.
Now, Prohibition was a time here in the United States where there was no alcohol allowed. It was illegal to drink alcohol. There were no bars, no alcohol in restaurants. We had a barber shop just behind this orange boat here on my right-hand side called the Esquire Barber Shop. The day Prohibition ended, I mean the very next day in 1933, this turned into the Esquire Tavern, fully stocked all the alcohol you could imagine. They even already had a 100-foot long wooden bar inside there. Now I heard when this was a barber shop, men would get their haircuts 3 or 4 times a day. They used to show motion picture movies here. Now they have live concerts and variety shows at the Aztec. Up on the balcony here is a stone Aztec statue that is original from 1926.
Oh, that's it. Do you see it?
Straight ahead of us is the most famous bridge on the Riverwalk. This is the Selena Bridge to honor the late Tejana singer Selena Quintanilla. Now, Jennifer Lopez filmed the movie here in 1997. We nicknamed that bridge after she filmed that movie and to honor Selena Quintanilla. You can get some great photos from the top of this bridge, especially at night with the lights reflecting here on the water. Good place to come back and take some photos. Over here on my right-hand side, this was built in 1901. This is the L. Frank Saddlery Company building. They used to make saddles intact for Americans. By 1918, this was the most popular saddlery in all of the United States, even providing saddles to American presidents and actors and actresses. This is our shuttle boat right here. I don't know if you guys know, but this is like a bus. It goes all the way north to the Pearl. The Riverwalk actually extends 2 more miles north. You have to go through a lock and dam system. You can get a day pass or a 3-day pass for that shuttle. You can inquire in our ticket booth about that. If you want to see a little bit more of the Riverwalk or go on a nice boat ride. On my left-hand side, this was St. Mary's boarding school for boys, opened in 1853.
Wow.
Then it turned into St. Mary's College and then St. Mary's University of Law School. A former graduate from the law school purchased that building in 1966, turned it into a hotel. Today it is called Born in the Knicks Hospital, and so was Michelle Rodriguez from the Fast and Furious movies. Now the Knicks Hospital unfortunately closed down in 2019, but they are renovating it and turning it into a hotel. Now this hotel right in front of us is called the Hyatt Regency, built in 1981. The Hyatt is only 16 stories tall. Now I say only 16 stories because there's a reason it's only 16 stories. Right behind the Hyatt sits the Alamo. Now the Alamo is a national war memorial here in the United States, and there is an actual law that says you cannot cast a shadow onto a war memorial. So when they were building the Hyatt Regency here, they had to watch the sunsets every day for an entire year to make sure they didn't build it too tall. If anyone wants to visit the Alamo while you're here in San Antonio, this is a good way to get there. Through these doors on my left-hand side at the Hyatt Regency, you go through those doors, around the walkway, out the back doors, up some stairs, and right across the street is the Alamo. This place on the corner here is called On the Bend. If you guys like jazz music, they do live jazz music until about 2 a.m. Good place to come hang out if you're looking for something. This is Restaurant Row right here. We got rows of restaurants on my right, rows of restaurants on my left. On my right here, we have Tex-Mex. Over here on my left, we've got Tex-Mex. Right here on the right, Tex-Mex.
Wow.
And on the left here, Tex-Mex.
Oh my goodness.
Then we actually have a steakhouse right here. Boudreaux's Very Good Steakhouse. Now when Robert Hugman put his office here on the river in 1941, he did it right here on my right-hand side. This is the Clifford Building. His name is still there right above those Texas flag umbrellas. And there's a bronze bust of him in the corner right in front of the staircase. Now everything you see here on the river is because of Robert Hugman. This was his dream, vision, idea, and design. Prior to him, this was just a small little city park with some picnic benches. He designed all these bridges, walkways, staircases, planters, waterfalls. Everything was designed by Robert Hugman. Now in 1946, when that second major storm hit this area, Hugman's office was safe. The very first restaurant to be here on the river is on my right-hand side, Costa Rio. And you guys are not going to believe this, but they serve Tex-Mex here at Costa Rio. This was the very first restaurant to offer riverside dining and also barge dining. Used to be just a little gondola back then, though, with one guy pushing you around the river here with an oar. We're going to make a left-hand turn. As we do, look up to the street level to my left. You're going to see a red statue appear. This is called the Torch of Friendship. This was given to us in 2002 by a Mexican sculptor named Sebastian. It was to signify the relationship the United States has with Mexico. Sometimes it's complex, sometimes. Now straight ahead is that Marriott Hotel with the two pointy needles there. That was built in 1988. Now Marriott really wanted that location because it was right next to the mall and the convention center. But there was another hotel that sat on that exact location called the Fairmount Hotel. The Fairmount was built in 1906, and that meant it was a historical building, which meant they could not tear that hotel down. So what they did is just move the hotel down the street 3/4 of a mile. Now how they did this is they lifted up the entire hotel. There's a rotating restaurant at the top as well as an observation deck.
Oh wow.
There's 3 speedy elevators that'll get y'all to the top, or you can take the 952 steps. Now if anyone ever wanted to get into the Guinness Book of World Records, all you have to do is go up the 952 steps in 5 minutes, 17 seconds.
No way.
The record is 5 minutes, 18 seconds, set back in 1981 by a 16-year-old kid named Tommy Johnson.
Oh my goodness.
Straight ahead of us is our newest addition to the Riverwalk. She's a 1.5 years old. Her name is the Stargazer. She is made out of volcanic rock from Mexico, and in her hand she holds an all-white marble star. Now a lot of Texans think she's gazing deep into that star and saying, I wish the Cowboys would make the playoffs. They need all the help they can get. This is our third ticket location for these narrated cruises here. This one is called Rivercenter. This part of the Marinade extension was added in 1988. The last part 1968. This part, everything forward, 1988. Now, do we have any military members on board? Thank you guys for your service. We love to recognize our military. So we thank you for your service. Now we're entering the most dangerous part of the ride, guys. This is dangerous because the mall is up ahead. Dun, dun, dun. Very dangerous for your pocketbooks. But this is going to be the best way you've ever gone through a mall. This is called Shops at Rivercenter. There's currently a dinosaur exhibit going on here. That's why that giant dinosaur is in the window. They have some pretty cool mechanical dinosaurs. Look very realistic. Something to do with your kids. There's also a Lego. Now, this river used to be occupied by the Piña Indians. They named this river Yanaguana, which meant restful waters. This orange boat, this first orange boat here, that's our Dove design boat. That represents the restfulness and that World's Fair was here. Now, prior to that World's Fair, San Antonio was just a small little cow town. We really didn't get many visitors here at all to the Riverwalk. But the fair was going to be from April to October of '68. They were expecting about 10 million visitors to come here. We only got 6.3 million, but